Good afternoon. I'm Brent Wilsey. I'm so excited about today's Facebook Live. We got some great things to talk about today, don't we?
And I'm Chase Wilsey, and you kind of stole my lines there. I'm too excited about this.
We can both be excited. It's okay.
Exactly. But we're with Wilsey Asset Management, and today we're going to be talking about should corporations make political donations?
You know, I was on KOSI last night, and we were talking about the at&t merger with Time Warner. And one of the anchors asked me about, well, what about, Trump says no and Hillary Clinton says no, and how's this going to affect it? Well, it made me think about, well, what type of reactions do corporations have towards political donations and stuff? And when I looked at this, I saw that at&t is going to be donating, or did donate, $196,000 to the Clinton campaign. I'm not picking on Hillary Clinton. I'm just saying this happens a lot, and it's concerning to me.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, it's a great way to start off your Monday morning. There's a lot to think about here. Well, I guess it's not morning time anymore, about lunchtime here, so hopefully you're enjoying it.
We were 2 minutes late on Facebook Live, so we apologize for that.
Exactly, but what this does raise concerns for is, does it create political favors? And as you said, it's not just Hillary Clinton, especially at&t particular. They also contributed to many House representatives, Democrats and Republicans. So it's not just for president. There's a lot of different other political campaigns that these companies are donating to. Frankly, I don't think it's right.
And you got to think about it too. Actually, Microsoft, they donated $25 million to the foundation. They paid Bill Clinton $250,000 for speaking. You know, if someone's paying you all this money, you've got to feel like, hey, we are friends here, you know, and it does concern me because corporations and politics should be separate. What about political favors that they do? And it worries me.
Yeah, and like I said, I mean, it's not just one party in particular. They do tend to contribute to both parties, again, to maybe get those political favors.
Right.
And I don't know why these companies do this. I don't think it's a good use of cash, first of all. And I hope they kind of find ways around this to maybe scale it back.
Yeah, no donations. And I hope that if you have comments too, I mean, we're live, you can make your comments as well. We'll try to pull them up and kind of talk about them as well. But I do want to mention too that sometimes corporations do donate to both parties trying to be even. But what happens is that if you don't do what they want you to do, the political party, well, next time we won't donate to you. So I'm not happy with this, the way it works.
Well, and the bottom line here is, you know, we're shareholders. That's what we really believe in, is buying good pieces of quality companies. Is it fair to us as the shareholders when, you know, I may have my political preference that they donate to another campaign? I mean, it raises that question of how do the shareholders feel about the use of cash, either from the CEO contributing to the campaign or the company contributing to the campaign.
Right, yeah. So, and again, as a shareholder, I don't want you contributing to the party I don't want to win. And then do you sell that stock because you're not happy with them? It's a problem. So we'll see. It's been going on for a long time. I think bringing it to light now, things need to change in political world. So we do want to hear from you. So give us your comments there. We'll respond back to you. All right, let's talk about the company today, trying to make people some money here. Tying into the theme is a Netflix. Now, I mentioned this last night on TV about streaming, and we know Netflix is a big streamer. Is that a word, streamer?
I guess streamer. Yeah, streamer of the content.
The current price around $128. Their high $133. They were down quite a bit. This is a very popular company with people, and the stock is way high. Should we look at the numbers now?
Let's look at the numbers.
All right, let's look at the numbers. I know I'm going to not make some people happy here, but what we're talking about, how does at&t deal affect them? You want to discuss that a little bit?
Yeah, no, we've kind of seen it. at&t has discussed a little bit. They actually do have a stake, not at&t, but Time Warner does have a stake in Hulu, who is a direct competitor with Netflix. And at&t wants to come out and maybe create their own platform that will rival Netflix. I mean, if streaming is so successful, Netflix won't be the only player in streaming for long.
Yeah, the cable world is changing. We talked about this, I think, last month, about how people are dropping and cutting the cord, and the cord never is. You millennials don't even go on the cord. So things are changing, so we thought take a look at Netflix.
I do want to say real quick, too, I mean, I am looking at moving out, and one of the first things that came up is we said, yeah, we're not going to do cable.
Right.
So,
and I myself considering too, I mean, I actually went to the internet and you can actually find out ways to do it. There's actually instructions like this is how you do it. This is the pros and cons. So it is happening. Cable companies in a difficult situation here. With Netflix, their sales are up 27%, but earnings only up down 0.8%. That concerns us here. So a lot of your friends, and I know I have Netflix, you know.
Yeah, but how accretive can it be to earnings going forward? That's one of the things that happens with these high flyers is it really puts pressure on this continued sales growth. I mean, they must have to continue to get new subscribers, maybe raise prices. There are a lot of concerns and a lot of pressure being placed on a company like Netflix. Balance sheet, I remember it used to be strong. It's kind of starting to teeter on that line. Current ratio of just 1.18, not a ton of liquidity. I mean, it's still above 1, so I'm still comfortable with it, but not as strong as it used to be. And debt to equity, now 93.9%. I also saw they recently borrowed more money. I'm not sure if that's part of this as well, but I mean, that could take them over 100% debt to equity, which does concern me. And look at this number. PE 342.6. Again, the historical average, about 16 to 18 for the trailing 12 months. So well above that. That's what tells us a lot of pressure on continuing to grow sales and earnings.
When I saw this 93.9%, I about jumped on my boots like, wow, what happened? They used to have no debt at all, and they are borrowing and borrowing. And again, the PE at 342, now that's a trailing 12 months. But even the forward PE is what, around 60, 70? And people keep doing this. They keep saying, oh, it's going to do this, it's going to do that. They forget about competition from Amazon, from Hulu. This is a very competitive space. You got to be careful to pay for something because it might go up. And I'll just tell you, remember the tech boom and bust. Things went up and everything was great about .coms. It's happening again with companies like this, so be careful what you pay for something. And again, well, here, this tells a story here. December 2017 earnings, 94 cents. That's an estimate. Give it a reasonable target price, or based on a reasonable forward PE of 16.5, that's a 40-year average. Target price, $15.51 scares me.
Well, even going out to December 2020, I believe the estimated earnings per share was about $4. So that is still not even close to a target sell price of near $100.
Right.
It's frightening. And you talked about some of the competitors. One that I think could be coming online and maybe discussing it is Apple. They have a ton of cash, and they're saying, well, I mean, maybe this is something that we could be working on.
Right.
So if it is a successful business, there's going to be a lot of competition, which is good for you as the consumer.
Exactly. So, all righty. Well, that wraps up today. You've been listening to the Smart Investing Daily Briefing.
Please tune in tomorrow or Wednesday.